Hey guys, it's me, Scott. So today I wanted to just tell you what I was doing this whole past week. I gave myself a challenge to eat vegetarian for a whole week. And why did I do this? Well, I recently picked up a copy of this book. That was actually the book that got me to be a vegetarian for the first time many years ago. It's called A Teen's Guide to Going Vegetarian. And I bought this because I heard that the author, Judy Krysmanic, had passed away a couple years ago. So as something to keep me occupied during quarantine when I'm going a little crazy, I decided to spend a week and just eat vegetarian meals. I had been a vegetarian for about 3 years, so I have a little bit of experience with this, but I think I tended to eat a lot of pizza and other things that maybe weren't the best. Okay, so what was I saying? I used to be a vegetarian many years ago. I gave up because I was just getting a little frustrated with not having any options whenever I'd go out places. But I think things are changing a little bit, and I figured I'd give it another try. And at this point, honestly, I'm cooking all my meals because I'm stuck in quarantine and I'm not going anywhere. So on the first day, I stuck to oatmeal, which is super easy. Pumpkin pecan oatmeal. I think this is from Aldi's. It's pretty good. I can't really complain. I'm a pretty big fan of pumpkin spice, so I like this pretty well. Next up, I made a Boca burger with sweet potato fries. I honestly love my air fryer, and I'll make anything in the air fryer that I possibly can. Boca burger is not my favorite. It's a lot of soy, and I try not to eat a ton of soy, but it's what I have. And actually on this day, it was before I bought groceries, so this is what was in my freezer even before I had the idea to do vegetarian for a week. Dinner, I had a burrito, and you'll see like a lot of Mexican stuff this week. It's like a simple thing for vegetarian meals. Just kind of cook something up, put some spicy seasonings on it, and throw it in a tortilla, and I think that makes a really solid meal for just about any time. It's super easy, and that's kind of what I'm going for most of the time. So I made some homemade Skyr and put some berries and nuts in it. I had this kind of snack quite a bit throughout the week, and I didn't always record it, but it's kind of like just a common thing that I have. Day 2, I did not feel very well. I got up and had for breakfast an egg and spinach burrito. This is like something I'll have all the time. I usually have spinach, and an egg is typically a pretty common breakfast for me. So I'm not going vegan this week. So eggs are a common vegetarian option, and I'm okay with that. For lunch, okay, so I've had this box in my pantry for a long time. I looked through the ingredients and it does not contain any actual meat. The imitation bacon is like TVP, like textured vegetable protein. So this is not a meat product. This is vegetarian. Give me a 25-minute timer.
25 minutes, starting now.
I just wanted this out of my fridge, so I heated up the leftovers, but I crumbled up a Boca burger on top to give it a little bit of different taste. It was pretty good. On day 3, I made chocolate peanut butter pancakes, and these turned out really good. You know, I had a mix for pancakes, and I just added some chocolate powder to it, and really, like, it's so simple to make this. For lunch, I cut up some potatoes, put them in the air fryer, and then added some asparagus. Man, it's such a simple lunch, and it's really good. Just add some seasonings to your potatoes, and they turn out amazing. So dinner I made a kind of stir fry with tofu, but I used the peanut butter sauce. It turned out really well, and I would totally make something like this again. I bought a big bag of Mandarin oranges, and I had these also throughout the week as a common snack. Day 4, I had some of my Skyr for breakfast. This time I put some blueberries in it. And I also had a slice of toast with Vegemite. Now, you may not really eat much Vegemite if you're an American like me. I like to try new kinds of foods from the international aisle, so yeah, I tried this. I looked on YouTube on how you're supposed to eat it. It turned out pretty good. It's like a rich kind of flavor. It's hard to describe. It's not sweet, but it's not like spicy or salty. It's just like its own thing. For lunch, I just didn't have time to make anything, so I just made some leftovers. For dinner, I tried to kind of make something that I saw Tabitha Brown make on TikTok. I just kind of cut up some different vegetables and put some chickpeas in the air fryer, cooked them up, and made a burrito out of it. This was another simple thing, and it turned out pretty good. Day 5. Now, I'm from the north, but I still eat grits sometimes, and I just cooked up some spinach and onions and threw them in there. Turned out really good. I use nutritional yeast. I bought this week, and I really don't know what you're supposed to do with it, but it seemed to work okay in grits. So for lunch, I was going on a hike, so I just packed a peanut butter and jelly, threw a banana in there. That was simple enough. When I got back from hiking, I was pretty tired, so I just made leftovers. I also cut up a papaya, and it turned out pretty good. It's actually the first time I ever bought one of those, and I think I'll buy them again. Day 6, I made oatmeal, but I added chocolate and then put some peanut butter on the side, and it made it way more legit. I recommend this a lot. For lunch, I grilled some veggie chicken patties. So they're like Morningstar chicken. And I made sweet potato fries. This time I cut up the sweet potatoes and made them myself. For dinner, I experimented with trying to make stuffed portobello mushrooms. Now, I made some mistakes here. The main thing is they got really soggy, and I kind of had to drain them. They almost had like pools of liquid inside when I was done cooking them. They tasted fine, and I had them with a potato on the side.
Oh god.
I might have accidentally left the lid on the grinder and dumped all the salt at once.
Day 7. Again, I wasn't super hungry for breakfast this day, so I just had an orange. I didn't even record it. For lunch, I decided to cut up some of the fresh vegetables I had and put them in a little bit of a marinade for about an hour. and then I grilled them on the grill. I made a couple mistakes here. For one, I stabbed myself in the thumb with a shish kebab skewer. Secondly, I knew that I needed to pre-cook the potatoes so that they would be soft enough. So I did that. I put them in a bowl and I cooked them a little bit in the microwave before I did the grilling. I should have done the same thing to the carrots. They were way too hard. You could barely stick the skewer through them, and even after they were grilled, they weren't soft enough. So I think potatoes and carrots both needed to be pre-cooked a little bit. But otherwise, they turned out really good. So for dinner, I found a video on YouTube on how to make this. I'll link this below. Basically, tofu, but deep fried with some kind of crispy outer shell, basically. And then you put the sweet sauce on them. This is something I've never made before, but it turned out really legit. I didn't have the right kind of syrup. I think you're supposed to use rice syrup, which I actually had some recently, but it expired and I threw it out. But maple syrup works okay. I actually didn't have the right chili paste, but I used a different kind of chili paste and it worked out pretty good. So can't complain. So overall, my week of vegetarian was pretty painless. I tried some new things that I'd never tried before. Everything was pretty decent. I didn't miss meat at all. You know, if you can make a fake burger, it tastes pretty similar to eating a real burger. I ate a lot more fruit than normal, and that's a good thing. I weigh myself every morning, and without really trying to do any dieting, I lost like 4 pounds over the week. I don't know if that's just because I was recording everything, and because it was a pain in the butt to record stuff, I didn't snack as much maybe as I normally would, but somehow it worked out and lost a few pounds without really trying anything hard. So overall, I'd recommend this. You know, if you get a chance, pick up a copy of this book. You have to get it used at this point. It's pretty old, but it's a good book. There's another one that is just a cookbook. It has recipes from her. I hope you like this video. If you can give me a thumbs up and subscribe it, please, I'd really appreciate it. And give me a comment down below what you'd like to see in the next video.